Dr. Jenner slowed and stopped his running almost as soon as he began. He was overcome with guilt. This was all his fault. He had to take responsibility. He went back to the lab, the beast pounding and finally busting through the outer door. It stood before him, now larger than an elephant, its armor glistening with water. He had an idea. He pulled his cell phone out just as the beast reared up, looked through it, sweating, and then the beast looked down, confused, at the smaller being below him. Dr. Jenner held up his cell phone, playing the relaxing song. The beast tipped his head sideways, seemingly mesmerized. And then, all of a sudden, its aggression was gone. It let out a slight purr and lowered itself and seemed to nuzzle on the doctor. It made a slight growl. It was hungry. The doctor carefully pet it slightly and beckoned it back into the lab, not turning his cell phone off. It followed back to where the machine was, where it had charged it before. It seemed to be quite exhausted, and he hoped it wasn't the last of its kind that he would ever make. Over the next few days, he noticed it had built itself a nest out of the rubble from what part of the lab it had busted through. Since Dr. Jenner worked alone, he wasn't worried about others coming to find this mess. He simply put up a tarp and hired a contractor to fix up the outer wall. But later he found that his little mutant had laid some eggs, so it of course would not be the last of its kind. He would have a family.